So today we got ourselves a little bit of a treat. What we got here, it's called a hammer shank or a Thor's hammer. And it's a little bit of a shift of a traditional shank where they cut the bone a little bit higher up and then they do a nice little French piece here. So you get that hammer effect, as what they say, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give it a little bit of a rub of salt and pepper, and we're gonna put it onto the barbecue, and we're gonna cook it for probably about 8 hours. We're looking about 4 hours before we do a wrap. And we're gonna kind of treat it like a smoker. It's a little bit too big to get into the smoker because of the height. And even with the barbecue, we gotta pull the grate out and put it on one side. So we're gonna have one side of the barbecue on, and we're gonna try to run it around 275 to 300. And then the other side will be off. So it won't be a direct heat. We'll cook it almost like an oven. And we are gonna throw in our little smoke box there. And I got some mesquite chips in there. So we're gonna throw that in there to give it a little bit of that smoky flavor as well. So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna use one of our local friends at Great West on their original 16. We're gonna add a little bit of beer into the bottom of this to add some moisture. We're gonna take the rest of the beer, we're gonna put it into our spray bottle, and we're gonna be spritzing this every couple hours with that beer and to keep it moist and seasoned. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pull our hammer shank out and we're gonna put it onto the cutting board, and we're gonna turn it on its side like this. And we're just gonna rub that into the fat. It's gonna help break down the fat. It's gonna help the salt and pepper to stick to it and allow it to build a beautiful crust. We're gonna take our shaker with a 50% kosher salt black pepper mix. And what we're gonna do, we're just gonna turn it on its side, and we're just going to let that do its business, get a nice cover on it. And any of the stuff that falls off the cutting board as you roll will get attached as well. All right. So then we're gonna put it right back into our pan, take our beer. We're gonna crack that open. And I'm just gonna add a little bit to the bottom just to kind of cover the bottom of the pan so it has a little bit of liquid. And then we'll take the rest and we'll add it into our spray bottle for later. And we're gonna throw it in there, and we're gonna check it after about 2 hours. And after the 2 hour mark, what you might wanna do is you might wanna give it a wrap with a little tin foil on top of the shank so it doesn't continue to burn. And then at about that 4 to 5 hour mark, when it hits about 165 to 170, you're gonna wanna give it a wrap. And at that point, add in some more liquid, maybe some more beer, beef stock, tallow, whatever you got to add a little bit more flavor into that, and then finish it off for the next 4 hours before you pull it to rest. So let's get that into the oven or into the barbecue. As you can see, I pulled that grate out because this thing stands tall. Unless you got a really big barbecue or something, you might have to do that. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna put it right there in the middle, all the way there, and close it up. And you're just gonna have to watch that temperature. Our hammer shank has been in there for about 8 to 10 hours. Need to pull out. We wrapped it halfway through. So now we're gonna pull it. It's hit about 195, and we're gonna pull it and let it rest. So there we have it. It's totally wrapped up. We're just gonna pull it out, and we set it here, and we're gonna let it sit in that packaging for about 45, let the meat, everything come back down, and then we will get it plated after that. Our hammer shank has been resting, so let's take a look and see how it all turned out after. All right, so looking good. A lot of juice on the bottom, beautiful bone, and yeah, loving the looks of this. We're gonna take it out of the pan. Look at that bone, it's beautiful. We're gonna save that liquid so you could reduce that down, make a nice gravy. I'm just gonna take a little bit to top it once we do our plate out here. But like this bone is gonna come right off. You can see the meat just separates nicely from there. So beautiful meat, nice and shredded like that. You can just take it with a fork, peel it all off like that. So this you can do so many things with. The way that I'm gonna do it today is I'm gonna shred a little bit of this meat, I got a bowl here with our Prairie Meats gourmet mashed potatoes that we've heated up. And I'm just gonna top that meat right onto the potatoes, take a little bit of the liquid and finish it off, right? And it's gonna make a beautiful meal. And we're just going to put a little bit of that meat right across the top. Look how beautiful that is. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this drippings here, and we're just going to give it just a little bit of liquid on top. Get absorbed by the potatoes. You could finish that off. That a little bit of our salt and pepper to finish it, and there you have it. Shank on our gourmet mashed potatoes. Enjoy.